she don't give a she was in her bag, Fendi and some lane, asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, Winston. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Space to maneuver at the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. The give is to Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they'll run it here. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And now Winston wants to talk this one over as they'll take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 1.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
He'll get it up the middle. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So it's third and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up fourth and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Here we go, even.
They'll give it to him right at the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ryan and the Falcons now come up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Tuesday.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There we go. Tuesday, turn it up!
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Hey, Tuesday, let's go!
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Get up!
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Ready, blue ready. Sonic.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Winston now from the 50. He's got his tight end over the middle, A.J. Howard. And he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The give to Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now a second down throw for Winston. Now he's forced out right. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. On third down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Hey, wait. Ready, 75.
Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Let's go.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, Tuesday. 20. Hey, Sam.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He got his man, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Gun.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Levante David able to get him for a loss of about 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Let's go. 20.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Following the interception, Winston. Right side, caught by Jackson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Let's go now. Four down. Check. 4 down.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. And just underneath to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Follow. Follow.
They'll run it with Jones. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Again, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
Gun! Let him go!
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TV.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. This is Coleman. And he's got some space here. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And they'll go ground game there with the tailback. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of
strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Tech McKinley able to drop him for a loss of 4. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get them out in the flat, and let them have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Follow.
This is Jones. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Jameis to throw it. He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Hey, South! 20! Hey, gun!
From the gun, Ryan is going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun!
To throw again. Ryan, he's going to walk one deep left side here. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Ryan looking deep for Julio. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Let's go.
A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make it work.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Here's Ryan. He's going to air one out, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
20.
Throwing again. Ryan. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
That's caught. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gun. Hey, Tuesday. 21.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Get out, let's go. Gun. Wait.
On 2nd down, Ryan firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
21. 22. Hey, express.
From the shotgun, Ryan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will get him one closer. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun. Winston. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
12.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Let's get it.
First down, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency.
Hey, wait. 12. Go.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan, they'll buy some time running. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Tuesday.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is third and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Left.
To throw on third down. Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.